Thomas and the Golden Eagle. There are many different animals on the island of Sodor. There are deer, cows and sheep, and lots of beautiful birds. One morning, Sir Topham Hatt came to Tidmouth's sheds. "A golden eagle has been seen at Bluff's Cove," he said. "It is a very special bird. Bird watchers are coming from far and wide." Thomas and Percy both wanted to take the bird watchers to Bluff's Cove and see the golden eagle. But Sir Topham Hatt chose Emily. "Percy, you are to collect milk from the dairy," said Sir Topham Hatt. "And Thomas, you are to collect stone from the quarry. It must reach Brendam Docks before the boat sails." Sir Topham Hatt left. Thomas and Percy were disappointed. "I wish I was taking the bird watchers," Percy said sadly. "And I wish I could see the golden eagle," huffed Thomas as he set off. Thomas arrived at the quarry. There were freight cars of stone as far as the eye could see. "Cinders and ashes," gasped Thomas. But he soon buffered up and puffed slowly away. Thomas had to stop at the junction to Bluff's Cove. Percy was waiting there. They both watched as Emily cheerfully chuffed past. Her cars were filled with happy bird watchers. "I wish I could go up to Bluff's Cove," Percy puffed. Then Thomas had an idea. Percy liked ideas. "My train is long and heavy," puffed Thomas. "If you take half of my freight cars to the docks before you go to the dairy, I can go and find the golden eagle." Percy listened carefully. "Then I will collect the other half of my freight cars, and it will be your turn to go and see the eagle." Percy thought this was a grand idea. Thomas shunted his freight cars into the siding. "It will be quicker to take half of the freight cars to Brendam Docks," Thomas said happily to Percy. And he headed for Bluff's Cove. Percy buffered up to the train and puffed slowly away with half of Thomas's freight cars. Thomas arrived at Bluff's Cove in no time at all. He waited and waited. He was sure the golden eagle would come. But the golden eagle was nowhere to be seen. Thomas was disappointed. Then Bertie the bus pulled up. "The golden eagle has been seen on Gordon's Hill," he called. "How exciting! I must get there right away," cried Thomas. And he set off for Gordon's Hill at once. Thomas was so excited about seeing the golden eagle, he couldn't think of anything else. He forgot about the freight cars full of stone. And he forgot about Percy. Percy had taken half of Thomas's freight cars to the docks. Now he headed for the dairy to deliver the milk. He was happy. He'd have time to see the golden eagle. But when Percy passed the siding near Bluff's Cove, he was surprised to see Thomas's half of the freight cars still there. "If the boat sails without them, Thomas will be in trouble," worried Percy. Percy decided to help his friend. Percy buffered up to the long line of freight cars and slowly puffed away. Percy got to the docks just in time. The quarry wagons were uncoupled, and Percy set off again for the dairy. He was feeling very tired. Thomas was feeling full of puff. He wheeshed happily up Gordon's Hill. He was sure now he would see the golden eagle. Thomas watched and waited. Waited and watched. But the eagle didn't come. "I'll never see the golden eagle," Thomas said sadly. Suddenly, Thomas remembered his cars of stone. And Percy. "Cinders and ashes," he cried. And he steamed off to the siding as fast as he could. But he didn't find his freight cars. He found Percy. He was stuck in the siding, and he had not taken the milk to the dairy. "I took all your freight cars to Brendam," peeped Percy, "but now I have run out of coal." Thomas realized that now Percy couldn't see the golden eagle, and it was all his fault. Bertie the bus tooted excitedly. "The golden eagle has been seen back down the line," he called. "Hurry, Thomas!" But Thomas knew what he must do. "I must take the milk to the dairy," cried Thomas, "or Percy will be in trouble." The dairy manager was waiting when Thomas arrived. He delivered the fresh milk just in time. Then he set off to rescue Percy. Together, Thomas and Percy puffed slowly to the coal depot. But on the way, they were astonished to see, there, high on the rocks, not one, but 2 golden eagles. Thomas and Percy watched the 2 beautiful birds. "Seeing 2 golden eagles is a wonderful thing," puffed Percy. "But not as wonderful as helping a friend," said Thomas. And they both happily agreed.